Morning children, today we are going to start new chapter circles, that is chapter 10. In this chapter we are going to study about a circle and related terms and some properties of the circle. First is circles and related terms. The collection of all points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called a circle. This is the definition of the circle. The collection of all points in a plane. So when we are taking a points, you know that a circle is completed by points only. So point to point we have joined that one. The collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Fixed point is center of the circle. When we are taking that this point, any point on this circle, it is equal distance from this fixed point. So this fixed point is called the center, and the fixed distance, as you know, that it is a radius. That is the second point. The fixed point is called the center of the circle, and the fixed distance is called radius of the circle. So I'll just mark one radius only. So here O as the center and P as any point on the circle. So OP is called radius, and it is also fixed length. Any other point if you mark here, that is, let us take R only. Lower class itself we have studied this one. So when we are taking the measurement of OR, it is also equal to OP. That is why the collection of all the points in a plane which are at fixed distance from a fixed point, it is called a circle. The fixed point, that is here O, is called a center, and the fixed distance, it is called as a radius. Radius in the sense we are using as a line segment also, and in terms of length also we are using. The line segment joining the center and any point on the circle is called a radius. We have already discussed about a fixed distance. It's called a radius. More clearly, the definition says that the line segment joining the center and any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. Lower class we have learned what is that is same only here also. Just we are doing the revision. A circle divides the plane on which it lies into three parts. They are inside the circle, which is called the interior, and the circle. What is the second part? Circle. Outside the circle, which is called the exterior. You can see the diagram here. In this circle is drawn here. This interior part, that is inside the circle, which is called the interior part of the circle, and this line, that is circle, the boundary is called a circle, and outside the circle, what is the name? Exterior. Interior, exterior words are familiar with you people. So the same thing only here also. So the circle divides the plane into three parts, which are the interior, circle, and exterior. I repeat, the circle divides the plane into three parts, which are the interior part of the circle, second part, and the third part, exterior part of the circle. Now one more thing also we have to learn here, that is the circle and the interior. We are combining interior and the circle, right? Interior and circle we are combining, then it is called a circular region. What is the name of for that one? The circle and the interior we together make up a name. It is there, that is called a circular region. So when we are saying that it's a circular region, what is the meaning? Circle as well as the interior part of the circle is included in that. So how many parts are there for a circle divided into a plane? When a circle is drawn in a plane, then it is divide the plane into three parts: interior, exterior, and circle. What is the next point we have learned? The interior part of the circle and the circle itself, if you are combined together, then it is called a circular region. If we take 2 points P and Q on the circle, then the line segment PQ is called a chord. So we have taken a point P and a Q on the circle and joined here. That is what is the name for this one? It is called a chord. Chord is also line segment only. Anywhere in the circle, if you are joining 2 points, then A and B, AB is called a chord of the circle. The chord which passes through the center of the circle, let us take A, O is the center, B. So AB first it is a chord. At the same time it passes through the center of the circle. So AB is called a diameter. Another name for the diameter here what I have drawn is a POQ, because POQ is also passing through the center of the circle. So the AOB is also diameter, POQ is also diameter. If you want to mention AB, if it is passes through the center, then we can say that it is a diameter. A diameter is the longest chord in the circle. All diameters have same length, which is equal to 2 times of the radius. In the lower classes we already studied that diameter is denoted by the letter D and 2 times of R. So these are the points regarding the diameter. The longest chord only diameter. Diameter means it should passes through the chord should passes through the center. And what about the length? All the diameters have the same length, and also it is equal to 2 times of the radius. Now how many diameters we can draw in a circle? Many diameters we can draw in the circle. A piece of a circle between 2 points is called an arc. Arc means just a part of the circle. Any 2 points if you take, then the arc PQ, we are getting a part of the circle, that is called arc only. When we are taking a PQ here, this is the smaller one and here the major one. So here it is called a major arc because it's a more than semicircle, and the less than semicircle it is called a minor arc. Major arc, there are 2 types of arc also, major arc and minor arc. So when we are saying a minor arc, then we can use only 2 letters PQ, but when we are saying the major arc, we should denoted one more letter in between. So when we are writing, see here I have written minor arc is denoted by arc PQ. How to read this one? Just a small arc we should make and write just below in that one PQ. Major arc PQ is denoted by 3 letters. So PRQ, in between one more letter to be given, where R is some point on the arc between P and Q. So what is the meaning of this one? This side, what is this? This is a smaller, less than semicircle. So we can call it as a minor arc. This, as you see the figure, you can identify that it is more than half of the circle. So it is called a major arc. When we are telling a minor arc using 2 letters only, but when we are saying the major arc, we should use 3 letters. The 3 letters middle letter should be in between the arc points, end points. Now another way it is AOB. What is the difference between the previous and this case? Both the arc became equal now. So AOB is a semicircle here. I can use any letter here, ACB, and here ADB also. So AB is divided in this circle into 2 parts. Both are equal to semicircle because both arcs are equal. So A and B are 2 points on the circle such that both the side of the arc, both the arc of this circle are equal. So they are called a semicircle only. The 2 parts of the circle is called a semicircle when both the arcs are equal. The length of complete circle is called a circumference. We have already studied this word in the lower classes. The outside, the boundary length, that is called the length of the complete circle is called a circumference. I'm not explaining more on this one, already know this concept. The region between a chord and either of its arc is called a segment of the circular region, or simply a segment of the circle. So what is the meaning of a segment? When we are taking a chord, see, when we are taking a chord means, let us take 2 points and mark it as a PQ. So when we are taking the PQ chord PQ, it will divide the circle into 2 parts. One is the minor arc part and another one is a major arc part. But when we are taking the region bounded by this chord and the part of the circle is called the segment. Let us see, this is less than which one? Semicircle. So we can call it as a minor segment. And what is the remaining part? That is the unshaded part. I have not shaded anything. This is called a major segment. You can remember easily that when we are saying about the arcs, we will consider that 2 points on the circle only. Then we are telling this arc PQ, and here we will add one more point P and Q, that is major arc. Same way, when the chord and the arc and region bounded by the chord and the arc, then it is called a segment only. When it is less than semicircle, it is called a minor segment. When it is greater than the semicircle, it is called a major segment. So what we learned here, a chord and a arc. The region between, that is this one, right? The region between the chord and the arc is called a segment based upon its arc length. If it is smaller than less than the semicircle, it is called a minor segment, and if it is more than semicircle, it is called a major segment. Once the idea is clear for segment, we can go for the next one, that is sector. What is this one? Sector only. How we can write the sector? How we can define? The region between an arc is there, and two radii joining the center to the end point. So the arc is called the sector. So let us take 2 points here. P and Q only. I am taking these 2 points. This is now arc only, right? Now this is become radius, means when it is drawn from a center only. So OP, OQ and arc PQ. So this region. What are the parts of a sector now? The region between arc. Yes. Then what is the next part? Two radii. Right, then it is called the sector. Now again the same rule, there are two types of sector, which are the minor sector and also major sector. When it is less than semicircle, it is called a minor sector, and more than semicircle is called a major sector only. So don't confuse the idea of a segment and a sector. In segment, what is the idea we learned? Chord and the arc, two only included. Here what happened? Two arc and the arc of the circle, two radii and arc of the circle. The region bounded by two radii and arc of the circle. In both the case, arc of the circle is there. In one case, that is segment case, chord will be considered. In sector case, radii will be considered. So both the case region only. So as usual, what is the name to be given here? Minor sector. What is the name? Minor sector. Okay, here major sector. So we have learned the concept, you know already very well. Once again, one is a segment, another one is a sector. When we are dealing about a segment, it is the region between chord and the arc. When we are telling that a sector, it is the region between the arc and the two radii. Just for explanation, we are giving when two arcs are equal, then each is called a semicircle, as you know very well. That means a semicircle, when we are taking, it is divided into two equal halves of a circle, right? Then both the segments, that means minor segment and major segment will not be there, both the segments only. And also sector case, if you take, both the sectors become the same. That means sector also equal, then both the segments also equal. Then each is known as a semicircular region, because the interior part of the circle is also considered here. That is why we are telling this name circular region, but it is semicircle. So semicircular region. First point in itself, we have studied that first 2-3 points we have studied that what is a circular region? The circle and interior part of the circle. But this time what is happened? Semicircular region, then semicircle and its interior part, then it is called a semicircular region. If that is the case, means it should be semicircle first, and both the sectors and both the segments will be equal only. Okay, now we can do the exercise 10.1. It is nothing else, just based on the definitions only. Fill in the blanks. The center of the circle lies in dash of the circle, whether it is lies on interior part, on circle or exterior. Very well, everybody knows that the center of the circle lies on interior of the circle. So what is the answer here? Interior. Okay. A point whose distance from the center of the circle is greater than its radius lies in dash part of the circle. That means the distance is greater than a point. Let us take a rough diagram of the circle. We are taken that a point whose distance from the center of the circle is greater than the radius. See, radius means it should be on the point, on the circle only. Now we have taken the point outside, so then only it is greater than the radius, so it must be outside the circle. Outside the circle means what is the word? Exterior. Then the very easy question, the longest chord of the circle is dash of the circle, which is that diameter. An arc is a dash when it ends R, this ends of a diameter. Arc and points become the diameter, then the circle is a semicircle. Okay. Segment of the circle is the region between an arc and a dash. Which one it is? Definitely you know the definition. It is chord. A circle is divide the plane on which it lies in how many parts? 3 parts. Already I have written the answer here. You can see that also. First answer is interior. Second answer is exterior. Third is diameter. Fourth is semicircle. Fifth chord. And sixth 3. Write true or false. Line segment joining the center to any point on the circle is a radius of the circle. Very true. It's a definition. So I can write here true only. Then the next question. A circle has only finite number of equal chords. Wrong, because many chords we can draw. And finite number of equal chords. Chord also we can draw many. Equal chords also we can draw in a circle. So it is false. If a circle is divided into 3 equal arc, then it is a major arc. See, a circle is divided into 2 parts only, then we know that it is a semicircle. Now they are telling that a circle is divided into 3 equal arcs, then it is a major arc. Not possible only, because major arc means it must be more than semicircle. So it is again false. A chord which is twice as long as its radius is diameter of the circle. Very lower class onwards we are studying this definition, so it is true. Sector is the region between the chord and its corresponding arc. Remember the definition what we learned. Sector is the region between 2 radii and its corresponding arc, right? So it is wrong only. So again we can write false. What is the next one? A circle is a plane figure. True, because in the plane only we are drawing this one. That is true only. Already once again I repeated the solutions. True. Second one is false. Third also false. Fourth is true. Fifth is false. And sixth one is true. With this, the circles and related term concept part is over. So we are winding up today's videos. Thank you.